in the back? Loser in big letters?
Saul Creechman challenging Bob or Tom. The Hangman stomping on Guerrero's forehead. Big body slam now, fans. Guerrero taking a punishment today. Guerrero in the ropes, trying to have time to breathe. Creechman just is antagonizing him. Guerrero dazed, but let's give him credit for hanging in there. The backbreaker. His knee is on him. And there's the count. The winner, the Hooded Hangman. Fans, stay tuned. We're coming back after these messages and interviews with none other than Yukon Moose Cholak and Stormy Granzik.
Hey, Georgie, baby, congrats! Highland's going all out to celebrate your birthday.
Well, it's only for a few days.
Georgie, 5 to 40% off everything in every Highland store. That's a great gig, sweetheart.
Friday through Monday, this annual dual cassette deck with 4 free...
Tickets are available at Ticketmaster locations, fans. That's Block's Department Store, MSA Box Office, and they'll be available, fans, the day of the show at the Northside Tyndall Army. Managed by Saul Creechman, Super Max and Abdullah. Their opponent, Stormy Granzik and Yukon Moose Cholak. A thunderous roar, Chris. You're going by me to join in on the activity. Moose and Stormy.
David, this has to be one of the most dangerous matches in professional wrestling.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, that's right. When you've got all these top professionals out here guarding this ring, David, you're right. Anything can happen. It'll be total mayhem here tonight. I'm just glad to be here.
Chris Carter, what's your comment, Dr. Graham?
What are you talking to trash like Chris Carter for?
Graham backing away from you.
You know, David, this guy makes me sick. I told you earlier, if it's not only just one, it's not two, now it's 3 of them. What's this, a rat pack or something they're calling themselves now? What kind of name is that, David? You know, so Carter, the rat pack is going to be here long after you're gone. I got to tell you something. I'm an educated man, and I'm not quote.
The action right here on the outside between Graham and Carter. Let's allow him to wrestle. Right now, Super Max has it. Stormy Granzik up against the rope. Bob, the wrestlers are surrounding you.
It's amazing. I can't believe this. Now, if they get thrown out, they get thrown back in by the wrestlers. Is that right, Dave?
That's right. It's a human cage match.
Oh, man. Right there, that man, Bobo Brazil. Dave, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I know you got a lot of fans of Cleveland. Bobo Brazil, I idolize that man. I want to get a picture with Bobo before I leave tonight.
They pack him in, Tom, to see Bobo in Toledo and Cleveland. Also the Dayton O'Hare Arena.
Bobo is the greatest. He's my man. I've got to get a picture with Bobo.
Super Max working on the arm of Stormy. That arm heavily taped, bandaged, and it has pads surrounding it. Reasoning it was broken by one of the Maxes. Look at the physique, Bob, on Granzik.
He's amazing. What a physical specimen.
The guys put together like a brick house.
Yes, indeed.
He's on the outside. Now this is what happens, Bob. Stormy, wrestlers that dislike him are pounding on him, taking cheap shots. Bobby Colt, they were taking cheap shots on Stormy, but now he's coming back with the monkey flip.
They can only put Stormy down for so long, David. Stormy is tough. He knows how to come back. But they'll tell you something. There's no way they're going to keep Stormy down in this match.
This is what Stormy and Moose wanted.
That's right. You know, they hurt Moose before. They hurt Stormy's arm. This is the chance to get back at least one of the matches for what happened to him.
Bobby Colt, fans, just one of the many wrestlers surrounding the ring. Moose, Moose, Moose. They're cheering the Yukon on. Moose, close to 400 pounds. Going outside, and they're throwing him back in. One referee, the Dean on the outside, Billy Beach on the inside. Super Max doesn't want any part of Moose. This is our feature match of the day. Hopefully we can bring all of it to you. If not, we'll leave in the midst of the action. Saul Priestman. Oh, they could get a shot of this. They're all ganging up on Saul. El Bracero, Calypso Jim. Oh, they hit him again. Chris Carter's body slamming him. Stop. Hog, you're on the outside. It's barbaric. Unbelievable. Bob and Tom and the Reverend. They're watching the action and it's fierce. Dave, no human being should be able to go through this kind of torture. With the Moose. The Moose. Amazing. It's a human brain. It is. Think if the Reverend was in there. He'd be crushed. He'd been crushed a long ago. Athletic prowess. That's what makes these guys. What did you say, Chris?
I love it, David. I love it. I love it. I told you this is the most dangerous match. Look at the Moose and Stormy. Stormy Graham's back. He looks great. Look at him.
Hey, you beat up on Saul.
I love it, David. I'll tell you, every time I get a chance, I'm going to pound him right down to the ground.
It's not much to pick on somebody half your size. Priestman is half your size. You're a typical bully. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm a Christian gentleman, I'd take you apart myself.
Oh, they're all on the outside. It's a brawl. They're in the stands. Some of the wrestlers are going up the aisle. Abdullah on the outside. They're picking him up. El Bracero, it was a brawl. They were going
is holding the game, man. They throw those people outside the ring. Our job is putting that box.
Stormy Grant's taking over now, El Bracero.
I'll tell you what, he make a hell of a comeback. He's still hard holding his arm, but he's doing a pretty good job, Dave.
Stormy's full force.
You know, dude, Stormy looks great. You know, in response to what Graham said a few minutes ago about me picking on Creechman, well, it's all right for him to have 3 people on me, isn't it, David?
That's right.
Right? And how about Bulldog Don Kent? You know, maybe you people don't know, but this guy goes out of his mind if you bark at him. So whenever you see him in the arenas, you bark because he goes nuts. He's nuts anyway.
They want him to bark.
How's everything going down here? We're going to get these guys tonight because we train awful hard.
You got it, Moose.
You know, these illiterate rantings and ravings of substandard intelligence, I'm sure is very repulsive to the fans. And Carter picking on little small Creechman, a man half his size, I'm sure is very deplorable to anybody watching this match.
Either Mac, if I can interrupt you, he's trying to break Stormy's other arm.
Good. I hope he does. Stormy deserves it. You know, Wojo broke his arm in the first place.
Look at the powerbomb of Stormy Grant. Did it take him up? Can you feel the electricity, Tom?
This is the great. I've never had so much fun. This is the greatest match I've ever seen. It's not over. I can't believe it.
It's a 1-hour time limit. Unfortunately, due to TV, it's a curfew time limit, and we have less than 2 minutes remaining in our TV broadcast. Moose has the ball. Abdullah trying to body slam the Moose. An impossible feat.
Unbelievable. The irresistible force meets the immovable object here. I don't think he's going to get Moose off his feet.
That's the Reverend. The Reverend brings the Big Mac, Super Max into the ring. Stormy, it's a 4-way. Oh, my! The slam! You heard it! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! Chris Carter, it was 1, 2, 3, and it was lights out for Abdullah and
I'll tell
Matt.
you, I never seen anybody in the history of wrestling get up from that squash from the Moose, baby.
Moose! Moose! They did it!
I told you we
did
do
it! You did it!
Because we
Here's the
worked
camera
hard.
on you, Moose.
I told you we was going to do it, and we did it. We worked hard. Stormy's a great athlete, and we did it. And we did it. We're going to do it again, and we're going to keep on doing it.
You
Right,
did it, Stormy! You're back, baby, all full force!
One tough German guy right here. Right here, Stormy.
It's a privilege and I have to tag with Moose. He's the greatest, man. Fans, that's our telecast for the day. I'm David McLean, signing off for Bob and Tom and the Reverend. I hope to see all of you next week. Stay tuned, fans. Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Wrestling Association is proud to present International All-Star Championship Wrestling. Another edition of Bruiser Bedlam coming to you from the fabulous Premier Center in Detroit.
Wrestling fans, let's get it on. This is one fall, 10-minute time limitation. Introducing from Atlanta, Georgia, he weighed in at 253 pounds. Let's hear it for Frankie Adonis. And his opponent, from the Yukon. He weighs 458 pounds, known as the ninth wonder of the world. Here is Yukon, the Moose, Sholak. Sholak, 1 fall, 10-minute time limitation.
We've got a great match to open up today's edition of Bruiser Bedlam. Dick the Bruiser at ringside, along with yours truly, Terry Sullivan. It's Frankie Adonis, well-built young man, to meet the immovable force, Moose Cholak.
Frankie's got his work cut out for him, Terry.
As does any opponent that gets in there with the Moose. Moose Cholak, about 6 feet 5 inches tall, well over 400 pounds. He'll get a good workout in there against Frankie Adonis, though.
Frankie Adonis is one of the few wrestlers that can bench press 500 pounds.
Now, wait a minute. What do we have at ringside? Dr. Jerry Graham has just moved into the picture, and along... Oh! There's that 7-foot 2-inch tall Kentucky Butcher. Now, we've seen this more or less intimidation tactics happening for several weeks here. The Butcher coming out along with Jerry Graham while the Moose is in the ring.
You hit it right on the head, Terry. It's intimidation.
You hear a lot of talk between these two. As yet, though, I think the promoters are still working on signing a match between these two.
What is he giving us with the Butcher? Moose is real tough with some little guy half his size.
You heard a few words of wisdom from Dr. Jerry Graham. They've now seen fit to leave ringside, having made their point, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to antagonize Moose Cholak, and I think that's just what he's doing, too.
Sort of a king of the mountain kind of a story there. There can only be one power. So you've got the two of the biggest men in professional wrestling, Moose Cholak and the Kentucky Butcher. The Kentucky Butcher trying to make a reputation for himself, and certainly he would go a long way in that regard if he were able to defeat Moose Cholak. Moose doesn't look like he got too awfully upset by the presence of the Kentucky Butcher. Adonis with Moose in the corner, he might not ought to want to do something like this. And that's why. Oh!
You see the ring sway?
Oh! I think that thing is going to collapse. Hip toss by the Moose, and Frankie Adonis going to take a break.
Adonis is smart in getting out of the ring. But if that's liable to make the Moose even madder.
Adonis might be even smarter if he go back to the dressing room.
Well, that's true, but if he gets back in that ring, all he's doing by getting out of the ring is giving the Moose a few extra snortfuls of air, and that's when he's really mad.
You got Moose Cholak, certainly a guy who enjoys, absolutely loves the sport of professional wrestling, and of course, Jerry Graham and his stable of wrestlers have been a constant thorn in the side of Moose Cholak over the years. The latest and perhaps the most dangerous threat to Moose Cholak comes now from the 7-foot 2-inch tall, 580-pound Kentucky Butcher.
Can you imagine if those two got in the ring together?
They'd have to reinforce the ring for one thing.
They'd have to put double the floor.
Frank Adonis just had his head slammed into the turnbuckle by Moose Cholak. Coming up later on today, ladies and gentlemen, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Great Wojo, meets Chris Carter, a title match right here on television. You'll want to be here for that. The Russian Igor Zakov here to meet Rick Sampson, many other stars. At the moment, though, it's Frankie Adonis with the advantage on Moose Cholak. He stands back nicely. The Moose just taking things sort of easy here, making Adonis come to him. They lock up the massive arms of Moose Cholak with the referee hold on Adonis. Oh! Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, I heard the pops from those. Moose Cholak. And that wasn't his full strength either by any means, as you could see.
You know, it's interesting, Terry. I told you before that Yukon Moose used to be a boxer in the Navy.
Oh! The El Squasho. That's got to be it. No way. Anybody.
And he just beat Frankie Adonis.
My good friend, Dick the Bruiser, every time I wrestle, he's my good luck.
Thank you.
Fast friends there, Yukon Moose Cholak and Dick the Bruiser. Certainly an outstanding tag team combination on occasion, too, I understand.
What I wanted to say, Terry, was that the Moose was a boxer in the Navy, and he just beat Frankie Adonis, who started out as a boxer. But he...
Gentlemen, the winner
Let's take a look at it again here. Frankie Adonis being by Moose Cholak. Takes his man over. Now watch the Moose. Right in he goes. 450 pounds of El Squasho on Frankie Adonis.
He puts that belt right across his face.
Coming up, a tag team match. Stay with us. More action to come.
As is customary in this period, it's a question and answer again. And instead of me answering the questions, we have Hal Sullivan, who will be asking the question to Dr. Jerry Graham Jr. about Wojo being retired. Hal?
That's right, George. It's a great privilege to meet you, Dr. Graham. I wanted to ask that in person. Is the great Wojo retiring from the ring?
A little quick background. The WWA, as George Cannon will tell you, is right now the oldest continually active promotion in the United States and Canada. Wojo was a WWA champion. He beat everybody they could put up against him. Now, that particular time, we had a plan. We thought the fans deserved this, to unify the belt, to have one champion instead of all these splinter group champions. Well, as fate would have it, I haven't had the connections. I've worked with every major promotion in the United States and Canada myself. I knew the people, I knew the promoters, but we were stonewalled. Wojo wrestled and defeated all the people that would wrestle him many times. Calypso Jim, even Chris Carter took his chances. That I respect him for. But I'll tell you this, Wojo retired with the stipulation that if any of the major wrestlers would agree to take him on, he would make a comeback. And by this we mean there's only 4 people that fit the bill. Well, maybe 5. And that is Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Jerry Lawler, or Sergeant Slaughter. If any of these 5 men who have been ducking Wojo for who knows how many years now would agree to give him a chance to prove that he is, which he is, the greatest champion in the world and the most undefeatable wrestler in the history, he will be back. But if not, that's it.
Well, Dr. Graham, I can attest to that. That is the God's honest truth. Dr. Jerry Graham, on behalf of the great Wojo, did challenge these people. And I swear, God can straighten me here if I'm telling a lie, that these people didn't even answer the letter. That's how much they were interested in that match. Well, I hope you have your paper and your pencil ready. We have the address for you. If you'd like to have wrestling in your hometown, if you'd like to write to your favorite wrestler, whatever, here's Hal Sullivan with the address.
George, there are actually 2 addresses to write to. You can write to George Cannon, Box 3282, Tecumseh, Ontario, N8N2M4. Or if you're writing from the United States, to Superstars of Wrestling, Box 32828, Detroit, Michigan, with the long zip 48232-0004. And we have another question for you, George. This one comes from Janelle Cheltenham of Detroit, Michigan. And she wants to know, how can I get a date with the Rougeau brothers?
Well, this is a very good question. There's only one problem. If you have an idea of falling in love with the Rougeau brothers, you're too late. They love each other so much that there's no room to love anybody else. So I don't know if the best way would be to write a letter to me or to my box number, Rougeau Brothers, or Jock Rougeau, or whichever one, Raymond, and address the letter that way.
Well, if you enjoy playing Ann Landers, George, here's one from Eric L. Adams in Detroit. He wants to know, are Randy and Elizabeth married or dating? Because I have a crush on her.
What's going on? What's going on out there? Oh, my God. Randy and Elizabeth are married, so forget it.
This sort of follows on, actually. Andre Watts in Detroit, Michigan, or maybe it doesn't follow on. Whatever happened, says he, to Gorgeous George.
Gosh, I thought everybody knew that. Gorgeous George, of course, is dead. Very sad ending to a great career. He was a journeyman wrestler under the name of George Wagner. All of a sudden, someone in Hollywood came up with this idea to curl his hair with the Georgie pins and the Valet Jeeves and everything in the perfume. He had a great career. It was ruined by someone who was jealous, calling up his wife and telling him that while he was on the road, he was fooling around. His wife divorced him, community settlement property. They would split. He went downhill all the way from there. George is dead.
Special message for all you charitable organizations, or any kind of an organization, actually. If you'd like to bring the thrills and excitement of Bruiser Bedlam Wrestling to your community to raise some funds, here's a great way. We'll bring all the stars in. If you'd like some more information on that, write to the address or call the phone number on your screen. Bruiser Bedlam, 151 West Jefferson, Suite 514, Detroit, 48226. Telephone area code 313-537-9796.
fall. 15-minute time limitation, and this is a tag team matchup. Introducing, from parts unknown, weighing 348 pounds, here is the Hangman. And his partner, also from parts unknown, weighed in at 250 pounds, I give you the Black Saint. And their opponents, weighing 232 pounds, from Mexico City, Mexico. He's known as the Supermex. Here is El Bracero. And his partner, weighing 230 pounds, from Chatham, Ontario. Let's hear it for Rick Bolton. Bolton, tag team matchup.
This should be a great match, Bruiser. A couple of guys, yes, men. Have you ever been to parts unknown?
No,
I understand they all wear masks in that town. Is that? Never been there, huh?
it must be in Canada somewhere.
Must be. Rick Bolton on the outside. El Bracero starting for his team, the Masked Men. It's the Hangman, the larger of the two. The Black Saint starting off against El Bracero, Supermex, the high flyer from Mexico City. Well, you see moves from El Bracero that just dazzle you.
You better believe it, Terry. He's the finest Spanish wrestler, or any kind of wrestler. He's one of the top.
And, of course, El Bracero is after some tougher competition. Wants to work his way up to those main events. Certainly, he's qualified for it. He's taking his time, though. He's a patient man.
Well, he used to be a little bit smaller than he is now, but he's a full-fledged heavyweight now.
Off the ropes comes the Black Saint over the top. Bracero, whoa, surprised me and certainly caught this Black Saint off guard. The tag is made. Here comes the Hangman, big man, over 300 pounds. Bracero tags off to Rick Bolton in the other corner.
I think Bracero did the right thing.